Officials vow search efforts will continue to be strong this weekend for the missing skier. More school threats today, including one at a Missoula college. And we recognize Flathead Avalanche in this week's Salute to Service.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Don Fisher. Almost a week of search efforts have turned up nothing for a missing Flathead skier, but crews are still hopeful that they will find 62-year-old Jonathan Scott Torgerson alive. MTN's Nicole Miller has an update on the search and their plan going into the weekend.
Weather conditions grounded search efforts in the air Friday, but they continued on the ground.
This is day 7 of our search. It has turned into an extended search. We, of course, start at the position last known and work our way out. We're continuing to work our way out. The skiers are still being very methodical. We have people from search and rescue organizations on snowmobiles down in the bottom area that's accessible in that manner, and we're just continuing on.
Here at the command center is where all of the decisions are made and strategizing as far as this search goes. Behind me, you can see the Office of Emergency Services is stationed.
Sheriff Chuck Curry, who is leading the search, says the area they're looking in is 350 to 400 acres, heavily treed with steep terrain.
We've covered fairly methodically and pretty well, probably 50% of that.
He says it's possible Torgerson has an avalanche transceiver on, and searchers will continue to attempt to try to locate a signal. Batteries typically last about 8 days. Sheriff Curry says additional searchers are here from Gallatin County Search and Rescue, as well as Lewis and Clark County Search and Rescue.
So our numbers will actually be up a little bit over the weekend. And we'll have lots of people out there continuing the search.
Nicole Miller, MTN News, Whitefish.
And Torgerson is a longtime practicing physician at North Valley Hospital, as well as an experienced backcountry skier, and a memorial tree has been set up in his honor at the Depot Park in Whitefish. And moving on to weather, a mostly clear day for most of northwestern Montana, but that looks to soon change. For more, let's toss it over to Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost, who has a look at our first forecast. Aaron?
Yeah, we definitely started off on a very clear note that allowed those temperatures to bottom out well below zero once again this morning. As a matter of fact, in Kalispell, 10 below for that morning low, 1 degree away from tying a record. We are seeing clear skies, partly cloudy skies, kind of all over the Flathead, but notice to the west, that's our next storm system set to move in. Now that will take shape as we move into the overnight hours. We do have winter weather advisories out through 5 o'clock tomorrow for the Kootenai Cabinet and lower Clark Fork regions for a little bit of accumulation, slightly more in the higher terrain. We've got a better chance of area-wide snow as we head into Sunday. Details on the way.
Salute to Service is sponsored by Flathead Electric Cooperative, your not-for-profit member-owned co-op.
In this week's Salute to Service, we bring you the story of the Flathead Avalanche Center. MTN's Jack Ginsburg shows us what the organization does in the field to provide important information for backcountry users.
Chris Bilbrey works out of Hungry Horse as an avalanche specialist for the Flathead Avalanche Center. His typical workday consists of waking up at 4 a.m. to evaluate anywhere from 12 to 15 weather station snowpack data across the Whitefish, Swan, Glacier, and Flathead ranges. He also looks at data from other forecasters or the public to create a final forecast before heading out for the day.
So it's sort of a hodgepodge of information gathering of weather observations and snowpack data to compile a general broad-based avalanche hazard for our 4 mountain ranges within our advisory area.
After the forecast is done, Chris and his team head into the backcountry. They climb to a spot they feel represents the majority of the range. Once they are there, they perform a number of tests to determine the stability of the snowpack.
Based on the advisory and the problems that we deem are relevant for any given day, that helps us formulate sort of like a research question that we might choose to answer while out in the field.
The most recent problem in the Whitefish Range has been wind slabs that have formed from recent strong northeast winds that have settled feet of snow on top of a rain crust from early February. Bilbrey first dug a pit where you can perform the snow test, looking for inconsistent layers in the snowpack.
Once we've identified kind of our layer of concern and have a really nice excavated pit, we're ready to do a stability test.
The test that Bilbrey showed me today was called the extended column test, where the skier uses a saw to cut a block in the snowpack. Then they place the shovel on the snow, patting it down.
We didn't get a failure of the entire column during our test, which consisted of 10 taps from the wrist, 10 taps from the elbow, and 10 from the shoulder.
Typically, Bilbrey and the rest of the team do a number of other tests, but Chris said so far today is looking good for skiers.
As you can see, we have just a bunch of really light, great, good snow.
At the end of the day, Chris says the Avalanche Center just has one goal in mind.
Prevent the loss of life, limb, and property from human and naturally occurring avalanches through public information sharing as well as education to the community.
Jack Ginsburg, MTN News, Big Mountain.
And police continue to deal with threats at schools throughout western Montana and the state. Here's a brief rundown of the latest incidents just since yesterday. A juvenile male is in custody and facing a felony intimidation charge for threatening students and staff at Stevensville High School. A bathroom threat ramps up security at Loyola Sacred Heart High School. The Missoula County Public Schools Superintendent addresses the current climate surrounding school threats, and the entire Western campus in Dillon is evacuated due to a bomb threat. A juvenile male is in custody and faces a felony charge of intimidation for threatening students and staff at Stevensville High School. Stevensville Police Chief James Marble added that there is no longer a perceived threat at the school. And Stevensville School Superintendent Robert Moore says that administrators learned about statements made by students potentially involving threats to other students and the school on Friday morning. Moore said in a statement, quote, "We take all potential threats seriously and immediately report them to law enforcement. We were cooperating with law enforcement who is leading the investigation, and at no time were there any students or staff members in danger." Loyola Sacred Heart High School also dealt with a threat, but this one was a bit different than the others we have discussed. On Wednesday, a parent reported that their student had told them about threatening graffiti on the walls of the boys' bathroom that had mentioned today's date, February 23rd. The school took action right away, sending out emails to parents and students asking them to ask other students if they had seen the same message. Another student said he also saw the graffiti, and from there they took precautions. The school called the Missoula Police Department and asked for assistance, and students were not allowed to arrive on campus until 7:30, and when they did, teachers and other staff checked backpacks at the door. Canine units swept the building for gunpowder and other hazards before students arrived, and again, classes begun. All doors to the school were locked for the duration of the day.
We do have emergency protocols and train our teachers in active resistance training, lockdown procedures, but this was something that was new for us in terms of having those added safety precautions, and we have looked at our protocols and worked with the Missoula City Police Department and think that there's things that we can do better.
And Schneider says that the facility and staff are pleased with the way that things went today and that they are incredibly thankful for the positive response from students and their families. Missoula Sentinel students and staff participated in lockdown drills today, and this is one of the 8 drills that are conducted throughout the year, and this drill in particular was scheduled in advance of the tragic events in Florida last week. The school will be practicing basic lockdown procedures that include remaining quiet and out of sight of any threat that is in the school. The school administration and student resource officer supervised the drill and were there to answer questions. Sentinel also received a low-level graffiti threat in one of its women's bathrooms today, and the graffiti was found midday, and additional officers were called to the school. Investigation into who authored them are under investigation. Students at the University of Montana Western and Dillon were evacuated after the discovery of a bomb threat this morning. The chancellor tells us the threat was found written on a note in a bathroom on campus. Officers went building to building checking for suspicious activity, and the campus was reopened in the afternoon. But all classes and activities scheduled for today remained canceled, including Founders Day events. Classes will resume at 8:15 a.m. on Monday, and more than 1,300 students were evacuated. Coming up, Aaron is back with a wintry forecast for the weekend, and earlier this week, 73 bison were released illegally from the Stevens Creek facility. See what's being done about it next.